news and events COVID-19 on from July 02 to July 4 of 2020. Note, this is a collaborative video made between Travel for All FanPage and Knowledge of Coronavirus channel. Please respectfully welcome everyone. The following is the remarkable news most on July 01 as follows. 1. American news. In the United States, with more than 50,000 new infections every day, more than 30 U.S. states recorded an increase in COVID-19. In the wake of the new wave of COVID-19, many U.S. states had to suspend the next open plan and at the same time strengthen measures to cope with the disease. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump expressed optimism the United States will soon have an effective vaccine to prevent COVID-19 disease, confirming that there are currently 3 potential vaccines that are particularly optimistic. However, White did not provide more details about these 3 vaccines. Other news from USA. The U.S. Navy will take 2 aircraft carriers and several warships to the South China Sea in the coming days to participate in a military exercise, according to CNN. The exercise was planned for a long time but only after China conducted military exercises near the disputed Paracel Islands. China's Paracel exercises have been criticized by the United States, Vietnam and other countries. 2. General updated situation of COVID-19 in the world. Updated COVID-19 information at 7 a.m. on 4/7. The total number of infected globally has reached more than 11 million, more than 528,000 deaths. In the past 24 hours, the whole world has recorded a high increase, with more than 200,000 new infections. This is the second day the world recorded a new record number of new cases, showing that the COVID-19 pandemic is still happening. Very unpredictable. Also according to the update from Worldometers, as of 7 a.m. this morning 4/7, the whole world has a total of 11,178,695 cases of COVID-19, including 528,347 deaths and 6,233,083. The patient recovers. 3. Brazil news. In Latin America, the disease situation continues to be complicated with more than 2.7 million people infected, of which Brazil is the country with the highest number of infections in the region and second in the world. Every day, Brazil always records new cases at more than 40,000 people. Brazil has not shown signs of reducing new COVID-19 cases, with 47,984 cases recorded in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of infected people to 1,501,353, of which 61,990 were fatal. 4. Mexico news. In particular, in Mexico, over the past 24 hours there have been 6,741 new infections, marking the day with the highest number of new cases since the outbreak in the country. Mexico has surpassed Spain, one of the European countries most affected by the pandemic, in the number of cases. 5. European news. Meanwhile, the disease situation has changed positively in some European countries, creating conditions for countries to continue implementing plans to reopen. Spain recorded 442 more cases and 17 deaths, bringing the total to 297,625 and 28,385 respectively. Currently, Spain is the 5th largest epidemic region in the world. News from Germany. The German Chancellor realized there was no need for any additional measures to help Hong Kong refugees in the context of security concerns to be approved by Beijing. Angela Merkel said that Europe must continue dialogue with China because of its importance in the world, according to SCMP. 6. India news. In Asia, India continues to set a new record as the number of daily infections has increased to more than 22,000. India continuously recorded painful records when in the past 24 hours, the number of new cases of COVID-19 increased sharply to 21,984, bringing the total number of people infected to 627,168. India also recorded 377 more cases of COVID-19 deaths, bringing the total number of deaths from this dangerous disease to 18,225. 7. China news. In China, Beijing's capital officials claim to have controlled the source of the infection during the second COVID-19 outbreak and will lift midnight travel restrictions for most of the city's population groups. City. Accordingly, all people living in inner-city areas rated as low risk may leave the city without a negative test result for COVID-19. Other China news. In the latest move to directly control security issues in Hong Kong, the Chinese government sent former Guangdong Secretary Mr. Zheng Yangsheng to be in charge of security office in Hong Kong. 8. Vietnam news. There are no contagious cases in Vietnam for 79 days as of 6 a.m. on July 4. Vietnam has a total of 215 cases of entry quarantined immediately. The total number of close contacts and entry from epidemic areas under health monitoring isolation is 10,621. 9. Russia news. Russia, the third largest epidemic in the world, reported an additional 176 deaths, bringing the total death toll to 9,859. The number of infections rose 6,718 to 667,883, marking the 8th consecutive day of new cases in a day below 7,000 since the end of April. Russia declared the disease under control. 10. North Korean news. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un praised his country's brilliant success in dealing with COVID-19, according to KCNA news agency. North Korea closed its border, leaving thousands isolated in the last 6 months as the virus spread globally. The country claims that it has no virus infections, although analysts say this is not possible. North Korea has reopened schools, but maintains a ban on public gatherings and forces people to wear masks in public places, a Reuters report said on July 1, citing an official of World Health Organization, WHO. The WHO also reports that North Korea currently tests coronavirus for only 922 people and all of them have been reported to be negative. Our newsletter is now over. Thank you for always watching and supporting our videos. Knowledge of Coronavirus, channel and travel for all fantas respectfully, and see you in the next video.